Hello everyone, my name is Miss Kimberly, and today while I was working with my students, I realized that a lot of them struggle with long division and thought it was complex, but it's really not. And some of them didn't realize that decimals and fractions were the same. It's just in a different format. So here I want to discuss long division, remainders, fractions, and decimals. So what I would always start with is whatever, I call this the house because it's easier for them to remember. So the number that's outside the house, the number that you're dividing by, I would always write that out. So just give yourself a head start, prepare yourself. So you would probably have your multiplication facts: 5 times 0 equals 0, 5 times 1 equals 5, and so on. And you go ahead and do the division here. 5 can't go into 1, so you put a 0 there. 5 can go into 19 3 times. 5 times 3, it's 15. You subtract that and you have a 4. And then normally we just put a little r right there and we have the 4. So that is your remainder. So I'm going to take it a step farther. Here we have the same thing, right? But this time you see I have a fraction here. I don't have an r. And I have a fraction. The 4 is your numerator because that's what the remainder stands for. It's a fraction of your 5. So 4/5. And so that's where that comes from. So your 5 is your denominator. Your 4 is your numerator. So you write it the same way. Same thing. And then here, you're doing a little something different. So your whole number always ends with a decimal. Wherever your decimal is, you make sure. I discussed making sure that your work is neat and making sure that your columns line up. So I have my decimal right above the other one, and I finished that. But instead of writing 4, I continued. I added my decimal, and I just added some zeros here. So what I did was I brought that down, and then 5 times 8 will give me 40. And then I subtracted 40 and got 0. So a 3.8 is the same as 3 4/5. And in this case, 3 with a remainder of 4. So even though it may look different, I just wanted to familiarize some of the students with the concept, because they're like, oh, I can't do fractions, or oh, I can't do decimals. They're the same thing. It's nothing scary. You just have to know what steps to take, what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to find a fraction, or whether you're trying to find a decimal, or whether you just need to put the remainder. So I hope that is a little learning on the go for you. If there's anything that I can do, please send me some information, a problem that you're trying to solve, and then we'll try to get it on the whiteboard. So let's see. Oh, here. Let me make sure I get this information in here. Got it? Alrighty. Well, with that, I'm glad you enjoyed learning on the go. Here's your Mad Nugget. Talk to you later. Bye. Subscribe below.